In 2019, a $165 million Los Angeles mansion changed hands. No sale was recorded, no transfer tax was paid. The house simply moved, and the IRS had no idea it happened. When you or I sell a house, the world knows about it. The deed gets filed, the county records it, property taxes get reassessed, capital gains taxes come due. The transaction is public, traceable, and expensive. But there's a parallel system, one where properties worth tens or hundreds of millions of dollars move between owners like whispers in a hallway. No public records, no tax bills, no headlines. This isn't a loophole, it's an architecture, and it's been hiding in plain sight for decades. The question isn't whether it's legal, it is. The question is, how does a house move without moving? Here's what most people don't understand about property ownership. You don't have to own a house. You can own the company that owns the house. Let's say you're worth $400 million. You want to buy a penthouse in Manhattan for $50 million. You could buy it in your name, but that would be absurd. Instead, you form an LLC, something like 432 Park Holdings LLC. That LLC buys the penthouse. You own the LLC. Now here's where it gets interesting. 5 years later, you want to sell the penthouse to another billionaire. But if you sell the property itself, you trigger a taxable event. In New York, that's a combined 12% in federal capital gains and state taxes. On a $50 million property, that's $6 million gone. So you don't sell the property. You sell the LLC. The penthouse never changes hands. The deed stays the same. The LLC that owns it simply gets new owners. To the city, nothing happened. No transfer, no sale, no tax. The buyer writes you a check. You hand over the company. The house stays exactly where it is, and the government sees nothing. But the truly wealthy don't stop there, because even transferring LLC ownership can leave a paper trail. So they add another layer. Instead of owning the LLC directly, you place it inside a trust. Not just any trust, a dynasty trust, structured in a state like South Dakota or Delaware where privacy laws are airtight and trust laws allow wealth to pass down for generations without ever hitting an estate tax. Now the structure looks like this. You control a trust. The trust owns the LLC. The LLC owns the house. When you die, the trust doesn't. It continues. Your children inherit control of the trust, but they don't inherit the house. Not technically. The house still belongs to the LLC, which still belongs to the trust. No probate, no public filing, no estate tax. From the outside, nothing moved. But generational wealth just transferred seamlessly. And there's more. Some families take it further. They nest the LLC inside another LLC, which is owned by an offshore entity in the Cayman Islands or the British Virgin Islands. Now even the trust structure is hidden. Ownership is a matryoshka doll, and every layer makes it harder to trace. The house becomes a ghost. It exists, people live in it, but on paper, it belongs to no one you can name. Let's put numbers to this. Imagine two families. Both own $30 million homes. Both want to pass them to their children. Family A does it the traditional way. When the parents die, the estate is valued. The home is included. Estate taxes kick in, 37% on amounts over $13 million. After taxes and legal fees, the kids inherit a $30 million house, but the estate lost $8 million in taxes. Family B used the LLC trust structure. The parents transferred LLC shares to an irrevocable trust years earlier, when the house was worth $20 million. They claimed a valuation discount. LLCs are considered less liquid than real estate, so the IRS allows you to discount the value by 20% to 40%. Now the taxable gift is only $12 million. It fits under the estate tax exemption. No tax is owed. The house appreciates to $30 million. The kids inherit control of the trust, which owns the LLC, which owns the house. Total tax paid? Zero. Same house, 10-year difference, $8 million saved. And that's assuming they even reported the transfer. In some structures, there's no requirement to. Most people think the rich pay lawyers to find loopholes. That's not quite right. The lawyers don't find the loopholes. They build the roads. These structures aren't accidents. They were designed by law firms, by tax advisors, by legislators who understood exactly what they were creating. The Uniform Limited Liability Company Act, the trust laws of South Dakota, the favorable tax treaties with offshore jurisdictions. These didn't happen by chance, and they're not available to everyone. Setting up a dynasty trust costs $50,000 to $100,000 in legal fees. Maintaining it costs tens of thousands annually. The structure only makes sense if you're moving assets worth millions. So there's a cutoff. Below a certain wealth threshold, you play by the old rules. Above it, you play a different game entirely. The result is a two-tier system. The middle class sells homes and pays taxes. The wealthy transfer LLCs and pay lawyers. And because the transfers aren't public, the scale of this is invisible. We don't know how many properties operate this way. Estimates suggest that in Manhattan alone, 60% of luxury condos are owned by LLCs. In Miami, it's higher. In Los Angeles, entire neighborhoods exist inside corporate shells. The houses are there, you can see them, but the ownership is vapor. This system has ripple effects. First, it distorts housing markets. When properties are held in evergreen structures that never trigger reassessments, property tax revenues stagnate. The burden shifts onto homeowners who do sell, who do get reassessed, who do pay. Second, it enables bad actors. The same structures used for estate planning are also used for money laundering. Oligarchs, cartel leaders, and corrupt officials park wealth in U.S. real estate using the exact same LLC formations. Law enforcement can't trace it. Journalists can't expose it. Third, it entrenches inequality. Wealth doesn't just accumulate, it compounds invisibly across generations, insulated from the friction of taxation or public scrutiny. And the system is self-reinforcing. The more wealth you have, the more it pays to use these structures. The more you use them, the more wealth you preserve. The cycle accelerates. Here's what makes this so strange. None of it is hidden. The laws are public. The structures are documented. Tax attorneys write about them openly. But the transactions themselves remain invisible. A house changes hands, but no one saw it move. The real question isn't how they do it. It's why we let them, and whether the rest of us are even playing the same game. If you find the video interesting, smash the subscribe button, like, comment, and share so that others can see this video.